Good evening. Good evening and welcome to Midweek Connection. It is an honor to be with you all. So grateful for each one of you. Man, I have had such amazing conversations already this week with so many different people. There's so much good happening in the world. In spite of all of the things that we see going on around us, there's so much good, so much good. And I'm just really excited as we learn how to thrive together in 2025. Just wanted to share a few things with you this evening. This is Midweek Connection is sort of a booster shot, if you will, to kind of get us through the week. It's our ability to connect during the week. We have our Sunday morning connection by way of through One Love, through First Unity. We're offering 3 different services on Sundays now. And when I say that, what I mean is if you're tuned in to First Unity or to One Love Consciousness Movement, it's all cohesive and it's all working together for the greater good. But we have our 8:30 devotional service that's on all of the First Unity channels. We have the One Love Consciousness Movement, which is it's a little different. It's a virtual community. It's been around since 2021, and it's on at 10 a.m. And then, of course, at 11 o'clock is the celebration service for First Unity Spiritual Campus, coming to you from St. Petersburg, Florida, in our celebration service. And each one is unique in its own way. It has its own sort of charm to it. Those of you who are members of First Unity Spiritual Campus, you claim that as your spiritual community. I want to say thank you for your continued support going into this year, 2025. As we move through this year, we're going to be doing some big things, and your support is more important really than it ever has been as we press into expanding even further in our vision. Those who consider yourself to be One Lovers and you've been a part of this community since 2021, thank you for your continued support and your being a sustaining partner. So I want to say thank you. Just thank you for being here. Take a moment, if you would, and consider sharing this. I'm going to start asking for more of this because, I want us to really impress and express ourselves this movement of higher consciousness and expanding consciousness, this movement of love, joy, and peace, expressing that to the world and expanding it out by sharing it. And so if you'll share this to your page, consider doing that. Also on our YouTube channel as well as Facebook. So they're both available, and you can share the link with other people after the session is done. So just consider doing that. If you find this place to be a blessing to you, consider sharing this with someone else and maybe making it a blessing to others. All of you know we're in the theme this month and this whole year for Thrive in 2025. We are consistently driving this message home that we do have within us the potential to thrive. Each one of us have the ability to thrive. Many of us live in survival instead, but I've said to you, I believe we're in the midst of really discovering our soul's purpose and our soul's destiny. We're also in a time of revival, a time to revive our thrive. And when I say revive our thrive, the reason I say that is because in the womb, you were thriving. Before you entered the womb of your mother, you were thriving. You were and are life force expressing itself and showing up as your human form. But the truth of you, your truest life or your truest essence is of source substance. And the divine presence is within you, showing up as you. My name is John. My legal name is Jonathan Henry Scott. And on a birth certificate, that's my name. It says I was born on September the 2nd, 1977. It says that I am male and that I was born to Curtis and Anita Scott. Those are the things it says on that birth certificate. But my significance is not based on the signature of my flesh and biological human parents. The significance of my life is the signature of the divine, the source, on my life expression before I even showed up in this human form. When we wake up to that as a reality, we start to shake off all of these temporary identities that tend to keep us broke, limited, living in fear, living in confusion and chaos, keep us living beneath our privilege, because we associate and identify ourselves often with our race, our religion, our political affiliation, our maleness or femaleness, our gayness or our straightness, whatever it may be. We tend to identify with those temporary things, and as a result of that, we never access our eternal potential and power. And that's what we're really here to do, to access, to make conscious contact with our divinity, constant contact, conscious contact with our supremeness, the part of us that is eternal and invisible yet indivisible, the animating force. And we emanate and manifest from the pure presence. So pat yourself on the chest and say, it's all right. It's all right. I'm waking up to the reality of who I am. It's all right. I'm waking up to the reality of who I am. So one of the things that I want to do as we're going through awakening is to find and work out practical ways to wake up. What are practical ways? And when I say practical, I just mean things that we can have as a touchstone to practice this awakening process. Jason Mraz is one of my favorite secular artists, but he's really a sacred artist. He's really a higher consciousness songwriter. I love his album that was titled Look for the Good. The whole record is great. But he has a song on there that says, you do you, and I'll do me. Together we make harmony. So I wanted to title this evening's chat with you, You Do You, and I'll Do Me. Subtitled, The Practice of True Love. The practice of true love. And here's our affirmation for today. Today, I embrace the truth that it's my responsibility to keep my own emotional needs met. I cannot and should not and will not expect others to fulfill me. My emotional self is my responsibility. I'm not going to expect other people to fulfill me. You do you, and I'll do me. You take care of your own journey. I'm here to support you in your journey, but I will do it with a sense of non-interference because I want to live true love. Here's a little something to reflect on as this is going to be short this evening. I don't have a lot to say, but maybe it's a lot to say, but I don't have to take a lot of time to do it. I really believe that love in our world is often confused with attachment, but they're not the same. Infatuation would show up as a result of attachment, but attachment stems from fear. Attachment stems from dependency and codependency. And most of the time, that dependency and codependency is rooted in our own insecurities. It really has more to do with how we feel about ourselves than about the person that we claim to love. Why am I saying this? Because many of us will say that we love people and then we'll interfere in their life. We'll try to control and manage how they're living. And the truth is that my emotional well-being is up to me. Your emotional well-being is up to you. I'm not going to put that on someone else. But love and attachment are two different things. Listen to the plane going over. Love and attachment are two different things. And we tend to place love in the wrong categories. We tend to define love incorrectly. You see, love is free from attachment. Love is about what we can give others instead of what we can take. Because love is already free. Love already feels complete. Love already feels fulfilled. True love, as it comes from our inner being, is the recognition that I am love. Therefore, I can't run out of it. So my actions of love are geared toward helping others, not taking from others, because I am already complete. I'm already fulfilled. When we cling to someone out of fear, when we cling to someone out of fear of losing them even, whether it's through separation or rejection or death, we're not truly experiencing love in that moment. We might think that we are. We may suppose that that's how love would respond. But that's a misconception. And it's a misconception that has been perpetuated on us, put on us, ingrained in us. We've been trained and programmed by movies and romantic stories and books and TV shows. We've been made to believe that that's the case, that we're supposed to hold on to somebody because of fear of rejection or fear of losing them to divorce or separation or by death or by them getting mad at us. And as a result, we become a slave to the personalities, and we become a slave to all the intricacies and the nuances around personalities, and we're never truly free. True love is giving someone else the freedom to be themselves and loving yourself enough to be your true and authentic self, no matter what someone else may think. We've been led to believe that saying, I can't live without you, I just love you so much, I would die without you, is a beautiful and amazing expression of love. But the truth is that that is an expression of selfishness. In reality, it's selfish. It puts an unfair burden on someone else because it's about ensuring our own happiness. It's selfishness. I can't live without you is love. No, that's fear. There's no faith in that. So what relationships in your life have you placed that kind of burden on? When we rely on others to fulfill our emotional needs, not only are we being selfish to them, we become parasitical to them. It's vampirism. We become vampires. We'll start to be energy vampires. Not only are we being selfish toward them, we're also relinquishing our own personal power and our own authority and our own autonomy. We are actually giving up our power, and we become a slave to them, and we begin to make them a slave to us. True love is about sharing the fullness of who you are. It's about sharing the fulfilledness of our hearts with other people. It's not taking from them because we feel empty. Love is so fulfilling, and real love is so true that comes from, and so pure that comes from who you are, from the depths of your being, that you're able to share your full self. If you are needing other people to experience love, you're not experiencing love. You're experiencing attachment, and you have hooked up to them almost like a charger to your phone, and you're going to draw down on their battery of life. And that's not love. That's selfishness. Love is also often confused with attachment, which is based in fear and dependency. Genuine love rises from a sense of completeness within ourselves. True love does not rely on needing someone else for fulfillment. Clinging to someone out of fear is a misconception often influenced by the romantic narratives we've seen in our life and even what we've been told by other people. Most of us have been trained to grow up, get married, have children, work a job, work as hard as you can, retire, and hope that you'll have a little bit of money left over. We've not really been taught about true love. Most of us have even been given a narrative that diminishes our value in this life. And this is why it's important. One of the reasons that the focus of One Love and First Unity Spiritual Campus, the focus of my ministry, is to return us all to our loving awareness, because out of that place will come security and a sense of fulfillment. And it will keep us from siphoning a toxicity out of the world and into our own being. We've been lulled to sleep by a drug that called itself love, and it's just infatuation. And it has caused obesity within the hearts of our spirit. True love keeps us in tip-top shape, and true love makes us immune to the feelings of feeling guilty and taking things personal. If you want to move to a place in your life where you no longer take things personal, learn what it is to tap into the well of endless, unconditional love that's on the inside of you. Let go of phrases like, I can't live without you. Let go of this idea that you have to have someone else in your life to feel fulfilled. It's an unfair burden to them, and it's giving up your authority and your freedom. True love involves sharing our fullness. See, people who are in a relationship with each other, whether it's romantic or intimate or friends and friendships have intimacies too, or levels of intimacies. No matter what that relationship is, sharing the fullness of who you are is a much more valuable relationship. It won't draw on the other one. It won't cause the other one to become weak. All of you know somebody that every time you get in their presence, when you leave their presence, you feel drained. That is someone who has not tapped into their own love, and that is someone who needs the outlet of your love in order for them to have some level of energy. I want to share my fullness rather than seeking to fulfill my emptiness through other people. I can live a fulfilled life by allowing the pure presence to well up within me. I almost want to say, like tap into that oil of Holy Spirit that dwells within you. Tap into that well that never runs dry. Practice true love within your own self. And as you do that, it becomes practical to you. And you start to live from that place. And now you become a pleasure to be around because you never can run out of this pure, unadulterated, unconditional love because it is you. And it flows from you because it was flowing to you from the very beginning. It's in every cell in your body. All you have to do is wake it up. And when you wake it up, that source will flow through you. You'll then become a resource of fulfilling energy out into the world. Here's a prayer that I would like for us to consider this evening. And let me say this, what I've shared with you this evening, I believe with all of my heart, it is absolutely a cure for the dis-ease that we experience in relationships. Fall in absolute love with your true self. And from that space, live that loving awareness and share that loving awareness with the rest of the world. Here's our prayer this evening. Dear source of pure love, fill my heart with such abundance today that I can share love with others rather than expecting them to fill the voids within me. Give to me the awareness of that well that never runs dry. Show me that deep, deep well of divine love that is within me. Give me the ability to tap into it so that it flows in me, for me, through me, and shows up as me. Teach me to love the way you do, O divine source. Love is who I am. Gratitude is my attitude. Abundance is my nature. Well-being is my birthright. Amen. And so it is. And so it is. All right, my friends, go and be that kind of love. Go and be that kind of joy. Go and be that kind of peace in the world. You deserve to live free in your own loving awareness, and others around you deserve to be free from your parasitical self. So free yourself to become the truth of who you are. Dive deep into that non-attachment and non-interference that comes with this loving awareness. Live that truth. Walk that truth. Talk that truth. Be that truth. All right, loved ones, I hear the music getting started, so I'm going to get up out of here now. Go and make it a great evening and the rest of the week because you can. Peace.